y'all already know what it is. Look, we back in the building.
It's that time.
Yeah, it's that time. We got something serious to talk about too. It's been a get real personal out this thing, you know what I mean? So we just want to, introduce y'all first to the Status Podcast. My name is Mr. James Mack.
It's the Shuntastic one.
And we doing this again. And some people may ask, why y'all keep on going live? Why y'all keep on trying? Why y'all keep on trying to be something that in some people's eyes they'll say y'all not? Y'all ain't no drink champs. Y'all ain't no $1 million worth of game. You know what I'm saying? What do you feel about that, Mr. Flowers? Come on now.
Listen, man, if you ain't trying, you gotta, it takes somebody to fail a couple times to succeed.
That's right. That's facts. Now, last week we had some issues with our connectivity. I don't know what was going on. We had a storm down here. We are located in Miami, Florida. So we get some tropical weather coming through and mess up. I know it was a solar storm and all that. So we apologize, but we back and we trying to do the right thing by y'all. We're going to keep bringing y'all the content, but tonight it's a state of emergency. We got to talk. We got to talk about Kanye West. We got to talk about Jewish people. We got to talk about race, critical race theory. We got to talk about a lot of things tonight because these things are affecting our community. We got to talk about it. It's serious.
It's about to go down.
So first of all, before we get into all that, I want to let y'all know that, if you're in a situation where you want to earn some money, you want to learn how to grow your business, I want you to go to prosperwithjamesmack.com, okay? There you can go ahead and get a $99 coaching call where you can go through things with your business and find out more information that might help you grow. Or if you want to get into the jewelry business, you have no experience and you just want to learn, from A to Z, you also can go to prosperwithjamesmack.com. So we're going to go ahead and go to that commercial first and foremost. And then we'll come back. We're about to really get into these issues that's plaguing our community. Because what Kanye West did is he actually woke something up.
Man, Kanye has got the whole world talking.
He woke something up. So we woke up. We woke. But we've been woke, but we woke. So let's go ahead and get this out the way, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna dive in, y'all. Yeah. So we back to be, we're glad to be back. You understand? Like I said, it's a lot of things that's plaguing our community. And a business. We both are business owners, and we wanna speak on some things because, one thing we don't want is we don't want Kanye West or anybody in that behalf just speaking for us, man. We don't want nobody just speaking for us. You know what I'm saying, Mr. Flower? We don't want nobody just saying what they feel about what black people is going through. And, I got to say this. We have a lot to, I can't say we got a lot to lose by addressing these issues, but some people tell me in particular, say, hey, James Mack, you shouldn't really be going too deep with the black thing. You got a brand. You got the James Mack brand. It's global. You're in 2 cities right now, about to be in 3 cities, Las Vegas very soon. And it's like, you shouldn't really be taking sides, but hey, when do we get to celebrate our accomplishments? When do we get to say, hey, we're a black owned business and we're proud of that, and we want to, establish that and tell people that, we're black owned. And we also, as a black owned business, and you have one too, Mr. Flowers, we want to be able to say, these are our issues. We need to talk about these, and for that to be accepted, you know what I mean? For that to be okay, because we are kind of, last on the list and bottom of a barrel for some people to say that. But I mean, am I going in the right direction? Or
if you don't stand for something, you fall for anything.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so I'm one of the ones that say, hey, listen, yeah, we might have from a professional standpoint,
Yeah.
we might have, some things that we might, stand to lose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, what profits a man?
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying? What profits a man to gain the world but lose himself?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, that's how I see it. I pride myself on being a pro-black man. I pride myself on, doing what's right for the culture.
Yeah.
But I have to admit,
okay,
this right here is for the culture. Kanye West, can we get into it?
Let's just go and do what it do.
Can we get into it?
Let's do it.
My question is this. Where is your what's the guys that stand on the street corners and preach the Israelites?
The Israelites, yeah.
Where's the Israelites at? They talk about
where are the Israelites at?
Where are they? Why?
Yeah,
why
we got any Israelites that's tuning in live right now? Please call in.
Why aren't they standing up for your brother? Why aren't
they standing up for the brother?
I have yet to see a post. I have yet to see a video. I have yet to see anything with the Israelites standing up.
But you're not searching for them.
You know what I'm saying? But we just talked about algorithms just the last week. You know what I'm saying? And so, if where are they?
That means they're not putting it in your feed.
You got the minister Farrakhan. You got brother X. What is it? Ben X or whatever.
Okay, brother Ben X. Yeah.
You got brother Ben X. You got all these different Muslims, as they call them. You know what I'm saying? You got the Muslims standing up for the brother. But
not Muslims.
you got the Muslim, the Muslim,
not Muslim. Oh wow!
You know
much
what I'm saying?
Respect to the Muslims.
So you got the Muslims standing up for the brother.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But where is the Israelites who claims? You know what I'm saying? Who preaches and teaches? And I remember being in Charlotte on Saturday and them jokers standing there with the bullhorn.
Yeah.
I remember, being out here in some parts of Miami with the brothers standing with the bullhorns.
Okay.
But why aren't they with the bullhorns talking that talk, supporting your brother Kanye?
So the question is
it because we're in Miami and this is Jewish country?
It's a headquarters. It ain't that country, but it's definitely a headquarters. But the question would be, so let's get down to the nitty gritty of it. So brother Flowers, you saying that you support Kanye West?
I support Kanye.
Okay. Why do you support Kanye West? Now I support Kanye West because, and if you remember the last show that we had on this one, we had the what was the brother Stan on here. I said at that point, because it was new to me, I hadn't really completely done my research on that particular show. Okay.
I said at that point that the White Lives Matter T-shirt that he was wearing was buffoonery.
You said that was buffoonery.
Okay. Right. I said it was buffoonery. But I also said that some of the things that the brother is saying has some fact to it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the things that the brother says has some fact to it.
Okay, like what?
Like, for instance,
y'all tune in right now. This is very important. I need everybody to tune in. If you online right now, share this. If you catching it late, share this. Call in. Look, this is our culture. We need to talk about it. Go ahead, brother.
For instance, the brother said, and I watched the whole entire Drink Champs episode.
All right.
The brother said he was jealous of the Jewish man.
Okay,
facts.
Facts.
He said he was jealous of the Jewish man, and he was jealous why, and the reasons why was because they stick together.
Okay.
They don't degrade their women.
Okay.
They don't kill each other.
Right.
And they have each other's back. They support each other.
This is all factual.
You know what I'm saying? They circulate their money with each other.
They circulate their money. That's factual. All
right.
This is factual.
So all of these things Kanye said on the Drink Champs episode.
He said it on the Drink Champs. Yep.
Right. And he also said that, and I guess he knew this was coming because he projected it. He said, listen, when they get rid of me at Balenciaga, then you guys go and support the brother at Supreme.
Okay.
Or you go and support the I forget what the other brand, and I still can't recall, but the other brother at one of the other major, I think it's Louis Vuitton or somewhere like that.
Mm-hmm.
Both of those guys came out of his camp.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, Balenciaga got rid of him. Adidas, as of maybe 45 minutes ago, got rid of them.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And of course, because of that, because of those, cutting the ties of him, now according to Forbes, he's no longer a billionaire.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what do they do to the enemy, or what do they do to people to try to shut them up? They take away his money.
Take away
Take away the financial freedoms.
Right.
If I take away your financial freedoms, I pretty much put you in a hog tie.
Yeah. Okay.
So they hog tying the brother.
Okay. Okay. Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I completely agree with that statement.
Yeah.
The statement of he's jealous of them because they stick together, they don't degrade their women, they circulate the money together, and they don't kill each other.
Right.
Which is what we primarily do as a black community. All the things that they don't do, we do.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, of course, and the main thing is we don't stick with each other. We don't circulate our own dollar in the black business.
Okay, we gonna get on that. we gonna touch on that. I want you to hold that thought. Let me touch on it for a second. Need some universal airwaves. These is 47 megahertz right here. And no, this is 2.7 megahertz right here. This is some real vibration right here. So we must understand that, right or wrong, and this gonna be controversial right here. We have to get behind and with our brothers and our sisters. Kanye then brought a lot to the industry. That first album he put out, and albums, when I say albums, some people might think of it like, man, we ain't talking about no albums. Listen, College Dropout helped me get through some hard times.
Absolutely.
My uncle, who RIP, who's no longer here no more, he listened to College Dropout back to back to back. It was that powerful of music. And this was at the time, this was a 60-year-old man. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, man, this is the same cat that brought you Jesus Walk.
Yeah, and I spoke on that the other week. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But go ahead.
And from business owners' perspective, being black in the business, we understand what the brother is going through. Maybe not on those levels, because I'm not in those rooms he in. You're not in those rooms he in. 90% of us is not in those rooms he in. But when he drops certain things, right? When he say, these people is in control of this, like the R-Knots, they in control of the Louis Vuittons and all that. Then they brought Supreme. That's how the Supreme merged with because they brought the brothers out. Right. You know what I'm saying? To get art. So all this, listen, I want y'all to understand something right now, tonight, or today, or whenever you're watching this. All this is because of what black people is doing and buying.
The power of the black dollar.
Do you understand our buying power? All this is because of what we're buying. All this is because what we're doing. That brother made Adidas a stronger company. Who was wearing Adidas, really? Let's keep it real.
Skaters.
Who was wearing Adidas, bro?
Wasn't nobody really. Nobody in the culture was.
No, you got your shell tops, you got your shell toes, but other than that, wasn't nobody really rocking no Adidas, bro. They ain't really had no good design.
We ain't rocked Adidas since my Adidas.
That's what I'm saying. Adidas one, they ain't had no futuristic designs.
Because even the Adidas Kobe's was trash.
They was garbage. But they did have the Crazy Eights they was a garbage design, but when you hooped in them, you was like, okay, nah, these are the ones.
Listen, man, wasn't nobody rocking no dog.
They was rocking. I can't tell you the last time I've been in the Gap store. And I ain't go to get none of that Gap stuff they got, but Gap always been garbage.
I've never shopped in Gap. I've never bought not one single item
crazy.
out of
You're going
Gap.
hard right now. Let me get that camera on you. That's crazy.
Ever.
I bought some Gap every now and then, but Gap is garbage.
Not even for the kids.
Gap, Gap is trash.
Gap babies or Gap kids is more popular than the grown up Gap.
I got a couple of little shirts. I always be on some casual stuff, so I got a couple of little shirts out of Gap, but they was trash. They was garbage, and I'm like, man, it's tearing up already as nothing. So that boosted. They only did that to boost the black. They wanted black people to come back and shop in Gap. Let's keep it 100.
Well, not come back and shop at Gap because black folks wasn't really shopping at Gap.
We wasn't really messing with Gap in the first place.
Right.
Even though they had some cool little design, but when he came in there and I went in there like last year sometime, I'm like, oh, they got some cool little pieces in here now.
Listen, my guy, I'm just gonna be keep it all the way transparent. Even the Yeezys, right?
Okay.
I've always thought the Yeezys was, you know, they might have been the comfort. I've never put one on my foot, but they was always unattractive. They was always ugly shit to me.
Yeah, they was ugly.
You know what I'm saying?
It's no doubt about it.
But the brother had, you know what I'm saying? The Kanye had the juice. You know what I'm saying? The brother got the juice.
He's still alive. He still got the juice. But even let's shoot off the Nike. Like Nike brought Kanye on to make money. You know, he was influential in the Yeezys when they first came out with Nike. Right? He mixed some Jordans. They really mixed some Jordans with some other styles and made the Yeezys.
Which is why him and Jordan really don't get along now.
And then let's talk about Jordan. Jordan, a black man, and we ain't trying to. We just talking. All we doing is talking right now. So we don't want to offend nobody. What we talking right now? A black man really made Nike, bro.
Well, Jordan. I mean, Jordan is Nike.
Jordan made Nike, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Without Jordan, Nike would still be the waffle making shoe.
Who
you know
would really be rocking some Nikes, bro?
Wasn't nobody rocking Nikes before Jordan?
You know what I'm saying? Nike.
You know what I'm saying?
I think really, to be honest, brothers was more on Converse.
Well, yeah, back in the 80s, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And so you had the Chuck Taylors, and then of course you had the Magic Johnsons. You know what I'm saying? And
you
so
had the what's the brother name? The
Larry Bird.
Kareems.
You had Larry Bird.
You had the Birds.
You had matter of fact, all basketball. The majority of people who had shoes in the 80s wore Converse.
Actually, I think, and quote me if I'm wrong. You know, get me right if I'm wrong in the comment section. But I think Jordan started out in Converse.
No,
I think the brother started out in Converse. I could be wrong, but I think the
Jordan brand, no.
No, I'm talking about the first time he played, like in college, in high school.
In college, he had that because it was mandated back then. Everybody was wearing Converse back then. You know what I'm saying? And, and Jordan, believe it or not, speaking of Adidas, Jordan wanted to go with Adidas.
Bro.
You know what I'm saying? Because, and then you got to think, in the 80s, that's when Run DMC was popping and everybody was rocking Adidas.
So let's look at this in a, you know, and Jordan they still making money off the Jordans and everything, you know, every day. The same shoes, man. They've been bringing out the same shoes, bro, for 30 years. The same shoes,
they own number 37 now, so for 30
the same shoe. They just make them a different color. Everybody going crazy. What is y'all going crazy for? And ain't no new design.
Well, you know, they classics. You can't
that hard. I used to sell them. They ain't that hard.
They hurt my feet, so I can't wear the retros.
Oh man! But here's the point. We ain't offending nobody. We talking about black folks right now. We not offending nobody, and we got the right to speak up for our culture. We have to be able to do that, bro. Everybody made money off black folks.
Well, we set the code. We set the tone for fashion.
We set it. Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now I can say we have also going back to what, you know, the white folks wear, because them skinny jeans, black folks wasn't rocking on skinny jeans till Lil Wayne started rocking skinny jeans.
Well, I'm gonna give you a little insight on that, brother. Because when you look at Soul Train, the old school Soul Train, and you look at some of the movies back in the day, brothers did have a tight pants on. They just had a little flare at the bottom.
They was tailored, but they still,
you see all the moose knuckles and everything. Brothers was wearing onesies all the way down to the belly button.
Yeah, but they wasn't tight though.
Brothers were wearing blouses.
They had the butterfly collars and shit. You know what I'm saying? I know, you know,
them blouses.
You know,
brothers were wearing blouses,
but it wasn't tight
with the fringes on the end.
Well, you talking about Prince them?
Come on, brother. But I'm just saying, brothers was wearing, you know, what I'm saying, high heels.
But listen, man,
it was real
skinny jeans.
It was different.
Skinny jeans.
You know, fashion changed.
You know,
That was from back in the day. Brothers had tight jeans on.
you know. But back to the emergency.
Yeah,
'Cause
this is state of emergency.
Really tight jeans is really a state of emergency, but that's been a state of emergency for a while.
Tight jeans. Let me show this clip too. Oh, go ahead. I'm listening to you, brother.
But all I'm saying, man, is we have been so programmed, and we are actually still, most of us is still so mentally enslaved that when we actually see somebody come out and talk that talk and tell truth, some spit truth, and yeah, his delivery might throw some people off, right? Just like my brother Kevin Savage, the delivery might throw people off.
Yeah,
but what he's saying is fact. You know what I'm saying? Some of what he said, most of what he's saying is factual.
Here's, and you right, and that's the problem. Is that what he's saying is real? You know, the Jewish community is running, you know, and making money off the backs of black people. You know what I'm saying? It's somewhere like a slavery. I mean, they ain't force you to do it, but it's like if you're gonna get into the industry, you're gonna go. You're gonna allow to be used to make the Jewish community, for the most part, money. And you know, I was watching something earlier today preparing for the show, and they were saying, you know, a lot of this, it was brother Russell Simmons was saying a lot of this is because WASP people, and I didn't know what that was, but that's white Anglo-Saxon, some people didn't really want to deal with it. They got bigger and better things to deal with, like NASA and rockets and bombs and all that. They don't really want to deal with music and fashion. They ain't on that. Mm-hmm. They on over here dealing with airplanes and, you know what I mean, computers. And y'all can have that. You know what I'm saying? But not us. We can't have it. They can have it. Now, all this right here, what we're talking about now, you know what I'm saying, is all factors and all symptoms and all repercussions of slavery. You know what I mean? Because we haven't ever been actually in a position where we could take advantage of our own things. You know what I mean? First of all this music, all this fashion and everything, we haven't had the capital or the income to be able to really do that ourselves.
We set the trends, but we don't own nothing.
We set the trends. Yeah.
We set the trends.
Yeah.
Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Balenciaga, Supreme, all of these people are changing their fashion statements. I mean, if you just think about the fashion week that you had overseas.
Yeah.
Who stole the show? You got. I mean, the big old space boots that Kanye had on was like
crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Crazy ugly.
But you got Beyonce. Yeah. You got all these people. You know, you got all these. Lizzo. You got all these people, Black African Americans.
Yeah,
who are setting trends and getting all of the publicity, but you got your companies who's targeting us because they know we're going to go and spend the money because of what they put in their rap music.
We're going to go spend the money.
We're going to go. So we're going to go broke trying to look rich.
Man, if you watch that show, if you ain't already watched it, we did that. Are we going broke trying to look rich? And that's real.
We're going to go broke. Hollering this YOLO.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You only live once.
Because we ain't never really had nothing.
And still ain't got nothing.
We don't have no generational wealth. So we never been involved in wealth.
And still don't have much.
We don't have
because
much.
You see how fast and how quickly they can take it away from you.
Right away from
right?
Yeah.
Because as soon as you say something wrong, they start cutting ties from you. Like, look at Kanye. You know what I'm saying? You're talking Adidas. You're talking Balenciaga. You talking about his agency group.
Right.
You talking about this sports group.
Yeah.
You're talking about everything that this guy had his hands on.
Yeah.
He no longer has control.
That made money for them.
That made money for him. So you've gone from $6 billion to his net worth now, according to Forbes, an hour ago, is $400 million.
But all that is to wage war on him, to irritate him.
Right.
Because he could have $1 billion in liquid, but they ain't gonna really, you know what I'm saying? Like they not gonna be like, no,
His
you gotta
real
be.
his real estate,
Yeah.
his music catalog,
Yeah.
and his 5% that he still owns from his ex-wife.
Yeah, scams.
From scams.
Yeah.
That's it.
We got a problem, people. We have a problem. This is a state of emergency. We had to call it a state of emergency tonight because and it's no disrespect. Once again, you know, we in the James Mack store here in Miami. Me and Mr. Flowers, we're here in Miami. And it's no disrespect to any other culture. No disrespect to white people. We not just trying to disrespect Jewish people, Indians, nothing. We're just talking about what is affecting African Americans right now, and we must understand that. And it should be okay for us to speak out about our own race and our own problems that we're going through, you know. And part of what we're going through is that we're not able to capitalize off our own situations. All right, it's getting to the point to where, you know, we are realizing that we're in a losing position. You know, now it's getting to the point to where nobody even wants to deal with African Americans.
Listen, anytime a African American, since Dr. King, let me put some respect on his name.
Talk about it.
Since Dr. King, since Brother Malcolm, since the young man with the Panthers, Stokely Carmichael, and all those guys, they at that point made it a just not to allow an uprising of another black brother to come into power. Right. And so why do you think they did Brother Farrakhan that way? They X'd him out. They counseled him. They took him off. He's been counseled. They took him off off all your social media platforms. Allegedly, because
they did. I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
You gotta really dig to find some stuff on.
You know what I'm saying? And they did that by calling him an anti-Semitic. Right, because he was empowering the black race. Right. And so now that Kanye, though again his delivery and his tactics might not be right, what he's saying is absolutely correct. So because now he's empowering, now they're counseling him. Every black person that has actually over the last 20 to 30 years who have started to again try to rise into power or start trying to shape the black culture into a whole, they've destroyed. Dick Gregory, Bill Cosby, brother Minister Farrakhan,
Tupac.
You know what I'm saying? So you know, it's a thing. So again, we've been so programmed to where as soon as somebody come into power, and then they start calling them crazy. We jump on board and say, "Oh yeah, he's crazy," and just wipe it to, you know, just push it to the wayside.
That's the easy way of canceling it out. But we're sick and tired of it. You know, me and Mr. Flowers, we're sick and tired of it, and we're creating our own platform. And guess what? Our views is low, and we don't get that much views. Why you think we don't get that much views? Because we had someone sitting right here with their breast out, or shaking their butt right here, man, it'd be all over social media right now. We'd be hot right now.
In fact, the one show we had with the female,
that was one of the highest shows, right? So you will say, oh, y'all need to get some females on there. If we was on here talking about some weed, or if we was on here with the bottles, getting drunk, it'd be all over social media. But when we talking about the issues, don't y'all know this is a machine? You know, and it's up to y'all to share this information. We talking about some real stuff. So if you don't want to share, we're gonna keep doing it. We're gonna keep doing our thing. But I know it's gonna touch somebody out there that's gonna get touched by this and what we're saying, because this is serious. The black man is in the last place. We're not trying to offend nobody. We're just saying it's a state of emergency. The black man is in the last place. You know, you have a couple celebrities out there that they allow to make it. You know, I'm a jeweler. Mr. Flowers, an entrepreneur with a trucking business. We going to share some stories of how they're trying to block us from being successful. You know what I mean? And if we don't come together, then what can we do if we don't get organized? You see, we must get organized, and that's very important. You know, when the brother Kanye talk about how Jewish people treat him, I must say, directly, no Jewish person have ever told me directly something or no or something like that. It's a collective thing. You know, in the jury business, they block me out collectively. When I say they block me out collectively, it's like, okay, you're not getting the price on these diamonds that you truly deserve. You're not. I gotta go all the way to Israel or to Africa to get my diamonds in the future to be able to make my products. You're not gonna compete with us. You're not gonna live in our neighborhoods. You're not gonna do anything of that. A Jewish woman by the name of Chris Bremner, I believe she's Jewish. She helped me to get to where I am now. I'm gonna keep that real. You know, Chris Bremner, she helped me get in the epicenter in Charlotte, North Carolina. She helped me. You know, she helped me. Was it because as a woman, she was getting racism and getting, you know, blocked by white men? Is that the reason why she helped me? Is she a abolitionist, you know, so to speak, and she just felt like she want to help us? And another brother too, the brother that owned a cigar bar as well, she helped him too get in the epicenter. But she used to pull me to the side like, they don't want you to have this business. This is what she used to tell me.
Yeah. I remember.
You know what I'm saying? She told me this. They don't want you to have it. They don't want you to be down here. They don't want you to have this business. They trying to kick you out. So why don't you close your business for the day while they come around and do their walkthrough? I used to have to close my business while they come around and do a walkthrough. Why? Why you think I used to have to close my business while they do a corporate walkthrough? Because if they seen I was black in there doing business, you know, even though I got an Irish name, the name can go across, you know, and they don't really know, but they see me in there doing business. Who is that? You know what I mean? Right. So I've had so much trouble in Charlotte, and I always talk about the big three that's in Charlotte that own all the real estate, and always blocked us out on the good deals. And this is real life stuff. This is nothing that we just making up. This is nothing Kanye making up.
Well, I have to say this. Some of, going back into history, right? Some of the biggest allies for the African American people has been Jewish people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, even when they was walking across Pettus Bridge and out in Selma, you know, it was the Jewish folks that was side by side, hand by hand with us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So and it's simply because they see the struggle, you know, based on what they experienced with the Holocaust and with Hitler. They see that same struggle in black folks that we have endured here in the United States. So it's a brotherhood. So I don't ever want nobody to think that I'm just critical or anti-Semitic or whatever the case is. What I'm stating on here is this. Is Kanye West jealous of them? Yes, he said it on Drink Champs. If you don't believe me, go watch it. You know what I'm saying? What your boy say? Don't believe me, just watch.
Yeah. No, that's
you know what I'm saying. And so I'm saying the same exact thing. I understand the brother because I see the same thing.
Yeah.
They don't do what we as a culture do. You've never heard it. You know, granted, you know, black on black term is a term created to shine a light.
You mean black on black crime?
That's what I said, ain't it?
No, not quite, but I got you.
Okay. But black on black crime is actually a term that was created to shine a light on, you know, brothers killing brothers and blacks killing blacks. That was a light there because you have just as much white on white crime as you, or if not more, than black on black crime. But they only show the black on black crime on the news.
I don't know about that.
Look it up.
I can't. Google. I don't know about that.
Statistics is people lie.
Okay.
Numbers don't lie.
It depends on who putting the numbers in. Who's typing the numbers in.
Numbers don't lie. Right. But you have just as much, if not more, of white on white crime than you do on black crime. But because all you see based on the media is the black on black crime, you think, or you have an illusion that it's more.
Let's talk about black on black crime for a minute. We got to address that. You know, it's a state of emergency, so we got to address that. I'm down in Miami right now. You're down in Miami. When I look at the news, and it could be, you know, put a certain type of way where it's just only showing the black crime. However the case may be, And I'm feeling some racism down here in Miami now too. I didn't at first, but now I'm feeling it because I'm seeing like what's going on. And what I'm seeing is the majority of the crime, let me say this, the majority of the violent crime is happening by African Americans, black people. Well, in Miami, I can't say African Americans. I'm gonna say black people because you got Haitians, you got people from Africa, you got all different type of races that's committing crime. But when we talk about violent crime, robbery, shootings, all that, that's being committed by white people. I mean, by black people, right? Now, you got some fake doctors down here. You got some fake lawyers. You got some fake surgeons. You got fake dentists. You got fake everything. That's the crime that I'm seeing from the Latin community and some of the white community people down here. They doing, white collar crime. They ain't really hurting nobody, but they'll scam you. They'll act like they're a doctor. They'll scam you talking about they're a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? And then they not even got no papers at all. That bothers me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, at what point do we stop hurting each other? We're so desperate. We're so down. We're so messed up. And a lot of it is not our fault. A lot of it is not our fault initially. But the repercussions of the cycle leaves some of the communities I've seen down here, like, people really living over there. What do you do when you don't have nothing? You looking around and you living in a roach infested, rat infested place, and you look around and there's nothing. I'm talking about some places I done been in Miami. I'm like, people actually live over there.
But you have to understand. I look at it like this. Is some of Miami what's the word? Dilapidated?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. But you also have to look at, the conditions that some of these people are coming from.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so what might not be conducive for you and I or the average man.
Yeah.
For them coming, which is why a lot of people say that Americans are spoiled. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you come over here, you got lights, you got air conditioning, you got
facts.
All what I'm saying, you got all this stuff. They're coming from countries who don't have lights 24 hours a day.
Yeah, true.
Facts. They don't have air conditioning. You know what I'm saying? And so they actually have to literally, run a generator, or they literally have to pay for, like if you go to Jamaica, they literally have to prepay for their doggone electricity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so forth. And so the conditions are completely different here.
Right.
Which is why you have so many people trying to get here.
Right.
And so I get that, but as far if you have and I hate to use the analogy of dogs, but I'm gonna use the analogy of dogs. Okay. So if you have a dog, right? You have two dogs.
Mm-hmm.
You got one dog that is always visible,
mm-hmm.
but you have another dog that kind of stays in the corner or is always underneath the couch or whatever the case is, right? And you put out some dog food.
Yeah.
And it's the one that's always under the couch that runs when you ain't looking to eat up all the food. But because you always see you always see the one dog that's always in your face and jumping up and down, you don't think he's the one that's eating the food up all the time.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
So I made that example simply because just because he's the one that you see, doesn't mean that he's the one that's doing it. You know what I'm saying? So you see the black man, or you see the black person, or you see the black on black crime all the time. That doesn't necessarily mean that that's the case. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't necessarily mean that that's the only people that's doing crime against each other.
I ain't say that. I'm saying that what I said is the violent crime. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure it's people in the little. And we just talking about Miami right now.
When you say violent crime, are you talking?
We talking about robberies. We talking about shootings. We talking about stabbings. We talking about violent crime.
Well, I mean, you know what I'm saying, but a lot of that when it comes to the white on white, quote unquote white on white crime, is swept on the table because the powers that be are 9 times out of 10 the white. Or
I don't know if
and then you talk about judges' children. You talking about attorney. You know what I'm saying? uh, uh, political kids and so forth.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But I want to go back to something you said. You said how people coming from other countries, you know what I'm saying, and they'll get into these communities, Little Havana, and
Little Haiti and so forth.
You know what I mean? Right. Different communities where they. But here's the main thing, right? And I think this is part of what keep the crime down, right? They come and they get in these communities, but guess what? They got culture. They all from the same place.
Well, we're the lost tribe.
You know what I'm saying? So when they get in these ghettos and these hoods here in Miami, and they stick together and they like, okay, no, this ain't as bad as it is in Haiti. This ain't looking like Honduras. This is not like, Guatemala. We here. We gonna stick together. Then you see community, so that's what you don't get. We, like you said, lost tribe. We don't have no culture. Like Mr. Stan said, we ain't got no flag. What's the flag? I guess the American flag, right?
Well, you got to think. You know what I'm saying? We are the only.
Y'all tune in.
You know what I'm saying? The American black, right? Yeah. Is the only group of people on the planet who does not have who does not know their origin.
Where are we from?
Right. You know what I'm saying? And so during slavery, you know what I'm saying, they went through multiple countries, because people say Africa's a country.
Yeah.
Africa's a continent.
Yes, continent. Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so there's multiple countries inside of Africa.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you got Cameroon, you got Nigeria.
Oh man, you can go down the list, bro. Don't even start doing that.
You got Ghana, you got Sierra Leone.
You're gonna miss so many different countries. Don't do that.
But I'm just talking about the main ones. I'm not talking about.
So that's mostly the Gold Coast.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And so if you go to Ghana, you got the underground, you still got the underground dungeon. Yeah. That stuff is still there.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And so, that's where they would capture folks from Nigeria and capture people from Cameroon and stuff them in Ghana,
right,
waiting for the next ship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so there's so many different down the western coast of Africa.
Yeah.
There's so many different countries that we all come from.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, when I talk to people now that's in those countries from Ghana, or that the first thing that says, "Are you Nigerian?" or "Are you, you look like you from Nigeria," or "You look like you from Ghana," or "You look like you from whatever." You know what I'm saying? So right. I get that on a consistent basis.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because of course I have relationships and I talk to people over there, but I get that. You know what I'm saying? And so, doing video calls and so forth. But anyway, we are the lost tribe. We don't have an origin. Our origin story was given to us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it was given to us along with our last name.
Yeah.
By the white man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so, but they tell us, you know what I'm saying, that we, we're monkeys and we're this and so forth and so forth. So even they don't know what our origin. Well, they know, they're not gonna tell you, because once you realize who you are, then you can rise up as a people. But until their job is to keep us confused.
Well, let me tell y'all what y'all is. Let me tell you what you is, Mr. Flowers. You're a king. You're a king, and we got queens out there, and we come from Africa. We originated from Africa, where we died. You know what I'm saying? We descendants of slavery. You know what I mean? We come from different countries in Africa, and we were forced. It wasn't a choice. We were forced to come to America. We're not immigrants. We're slaves. We're descendants of slaves. We were forced to come here, and it was a trick. It was a trick, and we was part of the slave trade. All right, so that's the facts of the matter. You understand? But nowadays,
hold that thought, because I'm glad you brought that up, because everybody's going out here to see this doggone woman king.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And it is not an actual factual.
Yeah, ain't nothing factual about it.
Well, it has some facts to it. But the dramatizations are extreme dramatizations.
Once again, this is a movie that's made by Jewish people.
Stop letting Hollywood tell you your history.
We hate to say it like that, but let's ask the question right now. How come every year we got to get a slave movie? How come every year we got to get a slave movie or some type of African movie that's talk about slaves? They don't make Holocaust movies. I think I seen one Holocaust movie, the original. But I definitely ain't seen one every year.
Listen,
in my whole life.
when they do war movies,
Yeah,
you might see them go back to World War II.
I can't really seen. I seen a couple war movies.
That's it.
That was about it. But I've seen a slave movie almost every year of my life.
Every other year, right? And now they got this new one with Will Smith coming out for Christmas, Emancipation.
So what is the slave movies doing for the culture of black people?
It's reminding you to stay in your place.
Is that what it's doing?
It's reminding you to stay in your place.
Because a slave movie is constantly reminding us that you were beaten, you were battered, you were enslaved, and then they'll show, it's other eyes watching this. So you got the young white kids, the young Jewish kids, Indians, they're watching how black people was done, enslaved and whipped and beat. But is that okay?
Is it okay? No, of course it's not okay.
No, it's not okay.
But it's keeping the psychological abuse going.
Yeah. Psychological abuse. Is that hurting you, Mr. Flowers, when you watch movies like this?
Does it hurt me?
Yeah.
Of course it hurts.
Why it hurt you, Mr. Flowers? It's just a movie.
It's just a movie, but just to see how my ancestors were treated.
How does it make you feel, Mr. Flowers? Because you shouldn't feel no type of way. It's just a movie.
Bullshit.
Okay.
But you know what I'm saying? But I feel a certain kind of way because number one, it keeps the perpetual brain captive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so as long as I can remind you that I'm in control.
Yeah, you in control.
I'm going to stay in control.
And when you sit in these movie theaters and you see somebody getting whipped and you hear people laughing in the background, or you people like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and I've actually been in a slave movie. Like, I can't believe that, Django. I'm like, man, this is crazy.
But think about this.
Talk to me.
Think about this. Why is it
state of emergency?
Why is it that you can show the black slave being beaten,
right?
But you couldn't show when the black slave revolted and struck or killed a white person?
Yeah, so they had the one movie, Nat Turner movie,
but they didn't show that.
Hold on,
okay.
I got you.
Okay,
I got you on this one. So then, before the movie actually even came out, they used the sister. What's the sister name? They used the sister, big actor that was in the movie.
Lupita?
Nah, I think the one that's married to the brother that's with the Heat, that was with the Heat, basketball brother.
I can't think of her name.
Anyway, they used the sister to come out and say that the brother was on some rape stuff. He was on some trying to rape her type stuff. So then, automatically, that was the only movie I ever seen where they showed the black man in the light to where he was powerful and came through and was killing slave owners and all that. That movie got canceled, bro.
Right.
Before it even came out, she said he was on some rape stuff back in '89 or something like that. And then they made a big scene like that. They canceled the movie. Theaters didn't want to see it, and then they canceled it. This is a state of emergency, right?
Why is it that every time they want to do something to the black culture, to a black man specifically, it has something to do with anti-Semitic, or it has something to do with he raped somebody?
Who's in control, man?
Everybody.
Who's in control? Because guess what? Go ahead, brother.
Every situation, either rape somebody or touch somebody, or it was anti-Semitic. Those are the only two things that they can use against a black person.
Man, they will go back in the day and find somebody and give them some bread to be like, you touched them inappropriately. Guess what? If you say James McFine jury store canceled, we never got approved in the first place. You know what I'm saying? If you say every time jury store in Charlotte canceled, we never got approved in the first place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've never been approved for pretty much nothing. You know what I'm saying? I've always had to fight my way. I've always had to finagle something, get behind somebody. You know what I'm saying? I've never really been approved for anything.
If we gonna be for the culture, we got to stand up for the culture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If we could, and the culture includes us. So if we don't stand up for the culture, we're not standing up for ourselves.
We're not standing for and anybody that see this in the future that may want to do business with me in the future, or may want to do business with Mr. Flowers in the future, that be like, hey, you guys, I watched the broadcast. Hey, listen, we only speaking for our culture. You know, we only speaking for the problems that's going on with the black man. If you can't feel what's going on, then you don't need to do business with me anyway.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because, you know, it's terrible what's happening right now. You know what I mean? And if we don't speak up now, if we don't say, hey, we want to be included, we want to be involved, you know, we want to be successful, we want to have our stuff too. I can't even count the amount of time where I felt like I didn't feel like nothing out here. You know, it's a lot of brothers out there tonight and a lot of sisters out there tonight that don't feel like nothing, that's in corporate America in these jobs and can't move up. That's in these different type of positions and I ain't going nowhere because you're being looked over and you're being stepped on. You know what I mean? There's so many different people out there that trying to start their business but ain't got no money. Can't get no money.
Come holler at me.
You know what I'm saying? It's only a relationship. If you got a relationship with yourself or a banker or something like that, that's in the bank that really feel your story. Because when they teach you in business school, the first thing is you got to have a relationship with the banker and the story. Once they feel your story, their job is to convince their underwriter or somebody to go and give you a chance. Mm-hmm. And the bigger you go, the more a person could just be like, look, we're going to loan you the $100 million. You ain't got to do too much. You know what I mean? We'll give you the $100 billion. We believe in the $100 million. We believe.
It's not that simple, but I got
it's definitely that simple.
Well, you know, that's what
the higher you go up, the more, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, you know, it's a lot of, you know, I do that on a daily basis.
You know, I did it too. I ain't challenged you, but I'm saying, Mr. Flowers, guess what? If you had a direct personal relationship with a powerful banker, and you need some money to grow your business, what you need right now. You need some money to grow your business right now.
As a black man?
You need some money to grow your business right now, Mr. Flowers. If you had a direct relationship with somebody at any one of these big banks that say, Mr. Flowers.
Yeah, if I was a Jordan or Magic Johnson or something.
You don't have to be that. You Mr. Flowers.
Yeah, but I don't have that kind of clout right now.
See what I'm saying? Look at you. You've been programmed to diminish your own dreams.
No, I'm not going to. I would never diminish my dream, but I can honestly sit here and say I don't have that.
You got an autonomous trucking company.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. What part of that don't scream you need $100 million?
Well, I mean, you know, I do well for myself. I can't complain.
Right. But I'm just saying though, you need $100 million.
Yeah, I'll get there.
You need 50. You need $1 million.
I'll get there.
Right. But soon, if you had the right connections,
wait till after this year's election.
If you had the right connections, and you can call up somebody like Donald Trump. If you had the right connections, you can call up somebody and say, "Look, I need $1 million. I'm trying to buy these trucks. I'm trying to get these. I need a boatload of chips. So we can put it in these trucks to be able to get this autonomous thing going." That right person could be like, you know what? All right, we're gonna get you the money. Don't worry about it. Let me talk to somebody. You got it.
I feel your premise.
Come on, bro.
I feel your premise.
How you think these big companies get started, bro? Donald Trump said right then that his bankers at Deutsche Bank, bro, that stopped doing business with him. His bankers, bro, didn't ask him no questions, bro.
Right.
They give him $400 million like it's nothing, bro. Here, you got that. He had a personal relationship with their bankers, bro.
Right.
This is called good banking. Kanye West got the things he got because he had good relationships with people that got bread, and with the Jewish people that got bread, bro.
And he had that connection with Morgan.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Jay-Z is a billionaire because he got his people in place in banks, bro, or private money that say, you know what, Jay? Okay, cool. How much you need? Oh, I need $50 million to get this champagne off the ground. Or I want to buy this champagne that this antique champagne they got in France. I want to buy the company and turn it into Ace of Spades. I already know I can rock the market. Okay, how much you need? $50 million. Cool, you got that. We'll get it over you tomorrow.
Yeah, it's all about networking.
We believe in you.
Your network equals your net worth.
It's about the decision making. It is about your network too, but
they got to
make the decision. And we can even get down to the smaller levels. There's brothers out here right now that got direct relationships with credit unions or smaller banks. That's like, you know what, you need that? We don't even got saying nothing. We know you finna buy that property, you approve.
But I am one who believes, as my brother, you know,
Brother
Stan said, we need to organize. We need to now figure out a way how we are going to organize and we're going to start putting in together. You know what I'm saying? Because we shouldn't have to go to other races. We shouldn't have to go to other allies. We should be able to go to our own people and say, "Hey, I need," and you say, "I got you." You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard.
It just takes reprogramming.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And so, granted, I'm not a religious person, but I did grow up in the church.
Yeah.
But it says, you know what I'm saying, the first should be last, and the last should be first.
Yeah, yeah.
So our time is coming.
Yeah.
We just got to we have to position ourselves in a way to where we can accept we can be there when the opportunity presents itself.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And so,
who is the opportunity?
The opportunity is coming.
Yeah,
you'll know what the opportunity is when it presents itself.
But here's my thing, and I'm not complaining, and we ain't get on here to cry. It's a state of emergency. We gotta talk about these issues, right?
We gotta stop looking outside of us.
Where the money at?
There's enough of us that have some paper to be able to do what we need to do.
But I bear witness that I've sat around the tables to this day, to today, with people that got stupid money in the bank that, then came in here in the James Mack Fine Jewelry Store here in Miami that have millions. They have millions, bro.
Right. It's a lot of people out there.
They know my needs, bro. They know we need, a couple 100,000 to really make a dent in this market. But it's a selfish agenda, bro.
That's the term. We have to reprogram ourselves.
How can you reprogram somebody that's good, bro? That feel like they done made it, bro. Because that should be something, and that's what the brother's saying when he say he jealous of the Jewish relationships and how the Jews move. Because hey, when they see you trying to start a business, they coming in and be like, "What you need?"
Exactly. And you're making my point.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So that's all I'm saying is we at this point in juncture in this whole society, gotta stop running outside of the culture and start dwelling in. We gotta stop running outside the culture and start dwelling in the culture.
Yeah.
There's far too many of us
because they not giving back to our culture. I'm sorry to let y'all know that.
There's far too many of us that has our own clothing companies. There's far too many of us that has our own jewelry companies. There's far too many of us that has our own car lots.
We got them.
But there's far too many of us that has all these different things that we're out running, going to get the birthday bags and the. I can't talk. I got Balenciagas on right now, but the Balenciagas and so forth. But I did it before they fired Kanye, y'all.
Okay.
But you know what I'm saying. But it's far too many of us that's out there running to brands versus running to the culture. So if we recirculate it, the 2.2
man, it's crazy,
$2.3 trillion dollars.
Yeah, it's billions.
If we start running and giving it to those guys, the Jewish and the white folks
and the Nazis people,
you know what I'm saying?
That's what's going on, Germans.
Those brands
making that people rich.
We can populate our own communities. We can put up banks and put up retail stores and put up technology centers and put up all these and music studios and so forth. We can do all of that in our own community.
I don't mean to just strike out. I don't mean to just jump out there, but I must say, tonight is the night I feel like the energy is with me to say this. We have something going good with our own jewelry factory here in Miami. We got our own jewelry store, black owned. I'm challenging anybody that see this. If you don't see it tonight, you may see it tomorrow or whenever you see it. Share this, clip this, share this. Let people know that we need money. Okay, we need to be able to travel to Africa to source our own diamonds. You say, well, y'all don't want to be getting up from the Chinese people. We can make our own jewelry here in America. We need capital. We need money. So if y'all know somebody famous or somebody got some money, share this with them. Clip this up and share it with them. We need the challenge right now is support a black business. I'm so tired of seeing that. We got Icebox jewelry just moved down the street from this store right now. I go up there every day, and if they see this in the future, I'm just telling the truth. Guess who they hired though? Guess who they hired? They hired white people and some Latin people. They didn't hire. It ain't not one black person out there. I didn't went up there and network with them. They ain't trying to hear what I'm talking about, bro. They trying to run over me, bro. You know what I'm saying? And the bottom line is this: guess who gonna be their biggest customers, bro?
We are.
Guess who their biggest customers is?
Yeah.
Are you searching when you come to Miami? Are you searching for a black business to shop with? Shame on you. When you go to Charlotte, when you go to New York, when you go to DC, are you actively searching for a black business to spend your money with? Shame on you.
I you know what I'm saying? And you're absolutely right. But I do have to say this. We have been so programmed to go and run to them. And not to mention, when you do have a black business, black owners, speaking for myself included, black owners, we have to be more professional with our customer base.
Brother, as you know and as I know.
I'm not talking about you, brother.
No, I'm speaking for the black business owners out there.
We gotta be more, we have to be more professional because you got some doggone. I'm gonna let you talk.
I got you.
But we got some folks that running some business who just just ratchet.
They don't have the capital, Mr. Flowers.
They ratchet.
They ain't got the capital.
You know what I'm saying? They ratchet.
They don't have the money to really get it together. When I look at some of these white-owned businesses or some of these Indian-owned businesses or some of these Latin-owned businesses, some of these Latin-owned businesses that I'm seeing down here in Miami, bro, they coming from Latin America, bro. They don't have no money, bro. But they getting down here getting with some Latin banks and Latin credit unions. Hold on. And they being able to get them $200,000-$300,000. When you get that type of money to start your business, when you get you $500,000 start your business, then your thing can be top tier. You can hire the right people to run your business. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to, but a lot of times, including myself, we don't have the working capital to be able to hire nobody, bro.
My G,
yes, sir.
All I'm gonna say is this.
Yes, sir.
Walk down Cali Ocho.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so the problem is, from my perspective.
Yep.
From my perspective.
And Cali Ocho is a predominantly Latin street and neighborhood in Miami.
Little Havana for those of you
of you
that's not from Miami. That's Little Havana.
Don't be down there if you ain't got no business down there. Anyway.
So all I'm saying is this. It's the when you walk down Cali Ocho.
Yeah.
These people that's coming off these ships, these people that's coming in, literally coming in off the ships, right? And these folks that's coming in don't speak a lick of English,
none whatsoever.
They come in here, they get these restaurants, they get these establishments, and they work their ass off.
Let me pause you right there. Let's really take a look at who's the customers.
Their own people.
It ain't no. With all due respect, and this is not a hate speech or anything like that, but it's not white people that's in there, bro.
It's their own people.
It's not black people that's in there, bro.
It's their own people.
It's their food. It's their culture, their music. But they building that business up.
That's my point.
When they think about going to eat, they saying, let's go over here to you know what I mean?
Right. So they work their ass off.
Yeah.
They build their brand.
True.
You know what I'm saying? They have the support of their people.
Yeah.
Then once they get a certain amount of support from their people, now I can go to an establishment and say, hey, I need some money so I can go open up another, open up another establishment.
Right.
Now, because I got the money to open up the next establishment,
yeah.
Now I can put my cousin, my sister, my brother, my in-laws, my whomever in the store and run it and keep it in the family.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Keep the money circulating in the family.
Yeah.
So now we're building as a family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so, but we ain't gonna do that because we've been told
we gonna do that, Mr. Flowers.
We're not gonna do that.
We can't speak that in the universe.
But we have not been doing that.
It has been, it's some spots in Charlotte,
you know what I'm saying?
North Carolina, Cuzzo's.
You might have a barbecue shack.
I'm saying the Cuzzo's. You got, you know what I mean? You got some different spots in Charlotte, North Carolina, and here in Miami too, where they keeping it professional. You can go eat you some food.
The restaurant.
Yeah,
restaurant. But what about the other needs.
I know a black lawyer right now. I ain't gonna say her name. I just met her a couple days ago. She holding it down. She top 40 lawyer, I believe, in the United States.
That's great.
You know what I'm saying?
But is she employing her family?
She's the first lawyer in her family. She's the first American in her family.
So is her relatives, her secretaries, or legal aid?
I don't know that.
My point.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We got to keep it, and the reason why I say we have not done that,
Yep.
or we're not doing that, is because we have been programmed that money and family don't mix.
It don't.
Tell that to the other folks.
That's a different culture. That's a different culture. And if we bring somebody on the show from the other culture, they're gonna tell you a lot of times it don't work.
Every other culture in the world, does it.
We got disrupted from the beginning. We were disrupted we got broke away from our culture from the beginning. If we go to Africa right now,
when are we gonna stop using that as an excuse?
That's not no excuse.
It is an excuse.
It's programming every day.
No, it's an excuse. And I say it's an excuse because yes, it happened. Yeah. You know, it's a known fact that it happened. But you're talking 400 years.
Oh my God,
right?
You're sounding different right now, bro.
You're talking 400 years.
Okay.
400 years ago.
All right.
Granted, we're only probably about 2 or 3, maybe 4 generations removed.
We're going to stick to about 2 or 3. Okay.
Depending on your age bracket.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so you're 2, 3, maybe 4.
Yeah.
If you're great grand or something like that. But, you know, what I'm saying is, how long are we going to continue to use slavery as the reason why we can't do
this? First of all, it's called programming.
I understand programming. I'm the first one to say yes, we have been programmed. But when are we? But this is the information age. This is the information, generation.
So in 2022, why is it a new slave movie?
Because they can, as I've said,
why is a new slave movie coming out?
Because they want to continue to remind you, who's in control.
Okay, so what does that do to your mental?
I mean, it upsets me.
Okay, so when you get upset, what do you do about it? But for the other race, for the other cultures that see that and be like, dang, man, they whipping them black people like that. Why? Man, I'm finna go off on them black people too.
Why do you think that they are so anti-critical race theory?
Okay, let's talk about that. Let's get on that for a hot second. First of all, I want to, because I've seen some stuff, DeSantis, who got some potential of being a president coming up, and I seen a little clip and I was like, I don't know all the facts behind the books and what they're teaching, right? But if what he says and what I've heard is true, then I'm gonna say, and I might get some backlash for this comment, but I'm gonna say when you are in kindergarten and in 1st and 2nd grade, let's just say all the way up to 3rd grade, I personally don't think that critical race theory or teaching kids about the differences about America and black and white need to be interjected, because we need to start growing people together versus what you being taught as a kid. You feel me? Because I'm already knowing in a household, they already probably telling them, like, you know what I mean, the worst.
Okay, but at what age do they start? I mean, do they not have history lessons?
Definitely have history lessons.
Do they not teach you about Thanksgiving? And kindergarten, 1st grade, 2nd grade, and 3rd grade.
But they ain't give you the fact.
No. Do they not teach you about Thanksgiving? 1st, 2nd, and 3rd grade.
But it's so watered down, bro. It's like,
do they not teach you about Columbus Day? 1st, 2nd, and 3rd grade.
I don't know if they teach you about Columbus Day.
Do they not tell you about the Indians? Yeah. Teach you what a quote unquote, I know Indian is a negative term now, but do they not teach you about Nate? Well, they
ain't gonna break it down.
I don't even know if they changed the verbiage.
I don't even think it's none of that going on right now.
But what I'm saying is, they teach you all of these things, programming you from 1st, 2nd, 3rd grade about their culture. So why is it not? Why is it not okay to teach them first, second, third grade about critical race theory?
Because it's a double-edged sword, brother. If you got to teach them, so here's the thing: if you got to teach them about, slavery and all that, then you got to tell them, you got to show them what exactly happened. So when you get into critical race theory, now you got to say that we were slaves and they were slave owners.
But are the kids not? Because I mean,
of course not.
Of course not. What?
I just whatever you about to say.
So I remember being at Golden Elementary.
Okay.
And CAY's Elementary. Those of you that's in Pensacola, Florida, where I'm from, the old CAY's, not the new CAY's. I remember being in them classrooms, talking about pilgrims and Indians, and talking about having Black History Month lessons and all that different type of stuff as a elementary student, first, second grader. Because of course, you change. I don't know how y'all did in Chicago, but once you get past the second grade, we went to another school to go third, fourth, fifth grade, right? And so I remember having those lessons in school growing up. Now, do I believe that? Now I know this is changing the subject, but do I believe that you should be able to discuss gender in school, first, second, third grade? No. You know what I'm saying? But I do believe that critical race theory, because kids watch television. You know what I'm saying? And when you go to the movies to see a movie, you're 9 times out of 10, you're gonna take your kid with you too. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they're, third grade, what you're 6, 7 years old. Maybe.
Yeah, for sure.
Roundabout.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're taking that kid, if you sitting at home watching a program, I remember watching Glory. Remember the movie Glory?
Man, that was sad. I literally cried on that, bro.
I remember watching that movie. I cried
on that, bro.
With my family.
Yeah, I cried on that, bro.
I did too, but I remember watching that as a kid.
That hurt me as a kid, bro, to see that.
So if you're watching these movies, Emancipation that's coming out Christmas Day, you think they're gonna leave the kids at home while everybody go watch Emancipation?
They watching it right in the theaters with us, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So if they watching these movies, then why can't you teach my child at school? Because he just watched the movie. So he just watched this movie.
Get your own school. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, in the Midwest, bro. My school that I went to, bro, elementary school, I remember was primarily Black, bro. We learned about Black history in school, bro. My teacher, Miss Duns, bro, she was my teacher from third grade all the way to sixth grade, bro.
Okay.
Same teacher, bro. She taught us about Black history. You know what I mean? That's what we learned, bro. In an inner city school.
I can literally say that the only Black teacher I've had in elementary school was Miss Crosswright.
Yeah.
Older Black woman, of course.
Yeah.
But Miss Dodge, Miss Warner, I can't remember the other two ladies' name, but
yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Well, no, I take that back. I lied. Miss McAllister was Black, my second grade teacher. Mm-hmm. So I was second grade and third grade. I had two Black teachers. Everything else in elementary school was straight white folks.
Yeah.
So, I that's great, but yeah, we do. Do we need to get our own schools?
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
I think, and I mean, I probably get chastised for saying this too,
okay.
But I really think that segregation would hurt us more than it did, help us.
I heard that before you just said that. I heard that before, bro, and I didn't really understand it, but now I understand it, bro, because we lost, bro. We are not lost, but as a culture, we lost, bro, because we don't have. Listen, the Jewish people they got everything, bro. They got everything. They got their culture. They got money. They got success. They got all this. Regular white people, Germans, and all this. They got their culture. Even Africans come to America, bro, I know so many Africans. They teach me about food, clothes, dance, religion, everything. I'm like, man, what do you got to teach anybody?
From culture wise, nothing.
You ain't got no flag. You ain't got no language. You don't got no religion. Well, you got a religion, but it ain't your religion, brother.
Well, I mean, I don't believe in religion anyway.
I believe in God.
I believe in God, but I'm not a religious person.
That's not our religion originally. You know what I mean? We don't have no culture. The American black man don't have, the American black people, the African American don't have any culture. What is culture? What culture do we have except the slave culture, bro? When it's Thanksgiving, we cooking up hog mugs, chitlins, huh?
Well, you had that swine, but I got you. But yeah, that's what's it though.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
But you got to think though, black eyed peas come from Africa.
Bro, they was thrown right along on the slave shit with us.
So most of the stuff that we eat is an African
and I ain't never
delicacy.
seen no African people eat no black eyed peas.
Well, they
like they don't eat cheese. What culture eat cheese, bro?
Well, they don't eat American cheese.
What culture? What type of cheese they eat? Bro?
They eat goat cheese.
I ain't never seen no Africans eat no goat cheese.
Well, I have.
You probably have, but I never. Well, in the Middle East, probably a little dash here and a little dash there, but they don't eat no cheese, bro. I don't see no Asians eat no cheese. I don't see no. Most cultures don't have no cheese in their food, bro.
Well, again, they eat goat cheese. So of course
I've seen the splash a little bit here.
But
and there.
I've probably my endeavors over there was a little bit more. Probably I don't know, was probably a little bit more intensified than yours was.
Okay, yeah, I mean, no doubt.
And due to we got a caller.
We got a caller. We gotta let the caller go. We gotta let the caller do what they do. We gonna let the caller say what they gotta say, y'all. Y'all go ahead, listen in, tune in. If you want to say something, go ahead and make a comment. Brother, you on the line. Go ahead and say what you gotta say.
How's it going, man?
Hey, what's up, brother?
What's up?
State of emergency, man. I like that topic, man. I used to listen to Tavis Smiley when he used to come out with the state of emergency.
Yeah. I forgot all about him. Yep.
Back in the day when he used to come up. But man, we are the culture, man. Before you came to work today, man, you passed our culture, the stoplight, the doorknobs, a lot of our culture, today is hijacked, by other cultures because we're so giving. So, and we do have a language. A lot of our ancestors, when they were slaves, they had the Tugnis language. So we do have culture, we are the culture, African Americans that's here, man. And a lot of times, like when I touched on last week, a lot of brothers and sisters that are born here, which is foundational Black Americans that's born here, 75% of the work is already done. We just have to give the 25% and monetize our talents. We shouldn't run to any financial institute when we need help. We have enough money to do for self. And a lot of times when foreigners come over here, they already have set asides for them. So, and that's off of us. So, it's always something when it comes down to us. But man, we have culture, man. We have a language. We had a language. It was stripped from us with, do a little bit of research on the Tugnis language, and we just have to Brother Stan, he said, we just have to organize. We have to organize and put up our own money, and because if they doing this to celebrities right now, closing bank accounts, silencing, and dropping, you can imagine what they can do to us as a regular, so we just have to continue to do for self. We can't get discouraged, and, focusing on what athletes and entertainers are doing, because we're the only race that look up to our, entertainers and athletes when it comes down to, being a part of the community. They are a part of the community, but other races don't look up to them more than we do. So we just have to stay focused and stay on course, man.
Yeah. So what's your and I know we talked about brother Kanye a week before and everything, but you know, with all the recent stuff that he been saying, brother, what's your take on brother Kanye right now?
Man, I was lost when I've been, just being honest with you, I was lost. I stopped listening to Kanye West when he said slavery was a choice, man. I don't, and what recent stuff that he was saying is just he go on these rants and like this whenever he's about to drop an album and things like that. Like I was saying last week, not to take away with what he's doing, but it's just like what's going on right now is I was lost when he said, slavery was a choice, man.
Okay. Yeah. You want to add anything else, brother? You got some valid points there.
That's it. We are the culture. Just don't let anybody, we have we have food. We, came up with a lot of inventions. A lot of foreigners are coming here because we are the culture. America wasn't, when it comes down to music, things like that. So don't let any other race or people tell us that we don't have culture, because we are the culture. They're coming here. America wasn't popping like that until we got it popping.
That's good, brother. Tell them where they can find you. Tell them what you into, brother.
Man, moving, working on music and things like that. That's pretty much it. But we're gonna stay on course. We are the culture, man.
For sure.
We are the culture. We have a language, techniques. Do a little bit of research on it. Whoever listening, we are the culture, man.
All right, brother. We appreciate you calling in. We're gonna expound on it.
All right, bye for now.
All right. What you wanna jump it off? Brother said some powerful things.
Well, yeah, he said some powerful things. I mean, the Ticanese and the Kichi and all that kind of stuff. So I get where he's coming from, but and I also believe, I also understand, as far as the invention stuff is concerned, of course, most of the things that were created, which we created, but we were slaves.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And because we were slaves, and couldn't get a patent, the patent went into, the slave owner's name.
Right.
Thus, a lot of the things are termed or named after the owner.
Yeah.
So I get it, but my rebuttal to that would be, we created a whole bunch. We created the world pretty much, but at the same time, what do we own out of the things that we created?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
What do we own?
What do we own?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And how are we benefiting? How are we monetizing? And how are we capitalizing off of it? You know what I'm saying? Because we're creating it. We created R&B. We created rock and roll.
Yeah.
We created country music. We created all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because the banjo, all that stuff comes from Africa.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we created all of it. But how are we not capitalizing on it? We're not monetizing on it.
But Mr. Flowers, what does it matter about some music? Where do we create that's really influential to the world? Because they create rockets, and I know they didn't want to put us out there and say that, sisters and a lot of brothers help make the rockets, help make rocket engines.
Well, I mean, if you really want to go get deep down to the root of the whole cause, even that's not, or we didn't, they or the Americans didn't originate that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Egyptians had little rockets and planes and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, drawn and all that kind of stuff way back when. You know what I'm saying? And so those are things that they stole, you know what I'm saying, from Africa and brought over here and engineered. You know what I'm saying? So so the aerodynamics and all that stuff comes from the motherland. So
Mr. Flowers, are you hating?
Why would I hate? I'm just telling the truth.
Okay, because I mean, some could say, okay, so we hear Kanye out there, saying what he got to say. Or are we hating? Are we mad?
Am I mad? Yes.
Yeah. Why you
I am mad. I am mad because I live in.
I'm mad too. But anyway,
because I live in a space and place
okay.
where we as a and I'll say divided culture.
Okay.
We as a divided culture have been so programmed,
Yeah.
and so nullified,
Right.
that we don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We have no idea
Yeah.
of how powerful and how smart and intelligent
Right.
and creative we are.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because one of the main reasons of television,
Right.
television,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying, is to keep you engaged,
Yeah.
and to psychologically program you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
The radio did its thing,
Mm-hmm.
but we didn't become zombies until television was you know what I'm saying, and not even when television came about, because remember TV used to go off.
Yeah, it did. You had
at 11:59 they played the national anthem, and all you saw was colors.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this. So you saying so basically you saying, with all this what Kanye said, you say you ride with Kanye.
I'm riding with Kanye.
Yeah.
Why am I riding with
Okay.
Kanye? Because Kanye is telling some truth.
He telling some truth, right.
Kanye antics might be off.
Yeah.
Kanye's delivery might be off.
Okay.
But the words that he's saying
Yeah.
is factual.
It's facts. It's facts.
And if you can get it, it's almost like going to a church.
But it's the white lives matter.
It's almost like going to a church.
Mm-hmm.
And you get up there and you see this big show.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And then the preacher gets up and you don't like the preacher.
Yeah.
You're turned off because of you're turned off because of the preacher.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't like what he's wearing, or you don't like how he got his hair, or you might have seen him in the club, or you know what I'm saying, or doing something to a young lady or something that really turned you off.
Yeah.
Or he could be on TV asking for money for a plane, or might be telling you we need to put ATM in the church or whatever case. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's all about. So it's based on your preference.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because some people still love Creflo.
Yeah.
Some people still love these, you know what I'm saying, a Bishop Long.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Some people still love all these different, all these different bishops and pastors and so forth.
Right.
But it's all dependent on your delivery.
So let me ask you this. So the brother said, brother Kanye, and we just kind of, we kind of picking some of the things he said. This status podcast, we kind of picking some of the things he said off because, some of them we feel is kind of accurate. He said that the Jewish media, and we ain't trying to bash no Jewish people or nothing like that. We want to examine the state of emergency. He said Jewish people, they want to show the black man not in control of his family, right?
We just finished talking about slave movies.
So therefore you will see Kim Kardashian with 323 million followers, and when you go through her page, you will see her alone with his 4 kids, and that's all you see. You know what I'm saying? You don't see no father in the picture, even though he gave birth. I mean, he helped her make those 4 kids. You know what I'm saying? So how do we look at that, brother? Because that's sending a message of pretty much we strong enough. We don't need no man. We don't need no man.
Well, I mean, you have to look at it from a perspective.
Yeah.
And I tell people, matter of fact, when the movie came out, I went to go see it, and as soon as I went to go see it, I posted about it.
Now, what movie were you talking about?
The Woman King.
The Woman King. Okay.
Yeah.
You went to go see it.
I went to go see it the night it came out. But anyway, so and even now you're starting to hear about Black Panther. You know what I'm saying? The Wakanda Forever, and how Disney is reluctant to put out merchandise because of the backlash behind there's no black male king. So it's projecting it's going towards the female, the female way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so this is coming from Disney, who is scared that the movie's not going to do.
Who is a Jewish company?
Right.
Okay.
Who is scared that
by ways of Kanye West. We didn't know that until Kanye West told us.
Right. So
Okay.
they're scared
Yeah.
because they don't want to put out merchandise
Okay.
because they are scared that it's not going to do as well as the first one because they're putting the female in front.
Once again, this is another race telling our story or telling a make-believe story, which is not, because I seen Brother Rizm Islam say that that's a story based off a brother that was in Africa. That was another like the brother the richest brother in the world.
Mansa Musa.
You know what I'm saying? It was another brother also that was rich. So this is kind of the Wakanda is kind of his village.
Yeah, go ahead.
And his tribe, they basing the movie off of that because they got this story from people from Africa, bro.
Well, you got to think, you know what I'm saying? And I just asked you about this the other week. The vibranium.
Okay, right.
Is based off of the one the one
Co-10.
Co-10.
Yeah.
So which in turn is what every cell phone, laptop, tablet, all that stuff is made out of. You can't have any of that type of stuff without the co-10. The co-10 or however you pronounce it.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the vibranium.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, so the society wants you to they're putting the woman, specifically the black woman, on top.
That's what they're doing right now.
Right? Yeah. And so you can be mad at me if you want to, but the truth is the truth.
It's the truth.
So they're putting the black woman on top because, again, if you take the black man, right, and you shun him down, okay, you know what I'm saying? You
minimize him.
Minimize him,
yeah,
and bring her up.
Yeah, let's bring her up.
What is that going to do to the household?
Yeah. What we're seeing right now, right? Exactly. We don't need no men.
Exactly.
It's just exacerbating more and more and more. Like, we don't need no dude. I don't even want to use the N-word, but we don't need no guys. We don't need nothing. We got us. We you know, and we're seeing that more and more.
And what I'm realizing, of course, and I keep bringing this up because, you know, I talk to, you know, my African brother, you know, my African sisters and brethren on a consistent basis.
Okay.
So what I'm realizing that is not just an American thing. That is something that's taking place culturally, even in Africa.
I can believe that.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you're starting to see the black the African woman.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're starting to see her want the white man down.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're starting to see her talk about, you know what I'm saying, the black man.
Yeah.
And how he ain't this and how he ain't that, and so forth and so forth. So as I stated in previous shows, life always life imitates art.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? And so if you see it on TV enough, if you hear it on TV enough, and if they tell you this certain thing enough, what are you going to do? You're going to believe it. How do you learn? By hearing it over and over and over and over and over again. So if I tell you the same thing over and over and over again, subconsciously I'm going to believe it. Subconsciously, because I believe it, my action is going to follow what I believe.
Right.
Yeah. And so that what you think is taking place.
If you ain't nothing, you ain't nothing.
I see it on the music videos.
Yeah.
I hear it in the music song.
We showing you ain't nothing.
I see it on all the TV shows, on all the movies, everything.
Every time you look at something from the White House, you ain't nothing. We ain't got no black men in there. You're nothing.
So
we put a black woman as the face right now.
So if I hear it over and over and over again, my actions is going to follow what I believe.
Yeah.
And what I believe is what I keep hearing.
You ain't nothing. We got a problem, y'all. It's a state of emergency. We call it a state of emergency tonight because we got to address these issues, man. And we don't have no certain type of solution for the issues because we gotta, you know, I don't want to step too far out there, but we gotta, you know. Let me just say this, you know, I'm feeling discriminated against as a black man, black business owner. You know, I see y'all people all the time when we here in this store in Miami, Florida, and it's like, due to what we seeing on the social media, what we seeing in the news, you know, we always dress to our best. We're always trying to be at our upright position, but people don't even want to be bothered with us for a lot of parts of the time. You know what I'm saying? They looking at us, and I see it now with the Russians and everything, and the Jewish people and whoever, the Latin people. They look over and they see us, and they keep it moving, and we don't even want to be bothered with it.
My guy, I
yes, sir.
You know, I go to, you know, I work, I live and work downtown,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so during certain times of the day, I almost hate walking up and down the street.
Wow.
And I say that, and I remember even thinking this when I was in Charlotte too, because the vast majority of the people that you see on the streets begging or seeing laying out on the side of the streets are us.
Yeah, black folks.
You know what I'm saying? And and I go to McDonald's to get my breakfast, or I go to somewhere and get my breakfast, and there's always one of us standing outside asking to buy them a meal,
just
or just, you know what I'm saying?
Help me out, brother.
And so I'm saying that. Do I help them? Not all the time, but sometimes.
Yeah,
you know
keeping it real. Yeah.
But it just hurts me.
Yeah.
That even you know what I'm saying, even because right next door is the Metro Mover.
Mm-hmm.
They literally sleep out underneath the Metro Mover.
Okay.
Thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And so I can see the visitors.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, coming in and seeing, and most of them are foreign. You know what I'm saying, Hispanic or what have you.
Right.
And think about the impression, or think about what they're telling their folks when they go back to the other country.
Oh man, they saying them black people is terrible. They out here bad. They looking terrible. They look bad.
Right. And I'm not saying that there aren't Hispanic or white homeless, or but the numbers.
I don't see them.
I see some, but the numbers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous.
Have anybody
the ratio?
Have anybody just even asked a question why this is like this? Why do you see this? Because when I walk through, people be so amazed that I got the suit on and I'm looking good. They they try to figure out what's going on. People, oh, you look so good. Wow, I can't believe it. Like, you can't believe we got ourselves together.
And then what even tears my imagination even further is this. They really want to take all of the homeless people here in Miami.
Oh my goodness.
And put them
on the island.
On the island.
Next to the water treatment.
Down in the Keys.
Which used to be the Black Beach.
They want to put them down in the Keys. Right. I know, right? So they want to put them in it. If you know anything about the Keys, that's a long bridge.
It's not actually the Keys. It's Virginia Key, but not the Keys. We don't want to get it.
But it's a key. And it's still, you got to cross a bridge to get to.
Well, it ain't a big bridge. It's just right here. It's just right there. They got a bus that's going to come, but I didn't know Virginia Key used to be the Black Beach. So that's where all the black people was designated to go over there. But guess what? You wonder why, right? Because it's polluted. Right? But now it's the Latin Beach. Okay. So we're from Black to Latin Beach. But now they trying to save it.
From the Black to the Brown Beach.
But now they going to move all the homeless people over there to get them off the streets of Miami.
Right.
But the majority of the people that's homeless out here is black. Because guess what? Now they got it set up to when Latin people, Mexican people come across that border, guess what?
Oh, they
get a stipend. They get housing,
or they get shipped up north to the doggone to the vineyard.
Well, you still get stipend, housing, and work, and you ain't even supposed to be here. No disrespect to the Mexicans, no disrespect to anybody that's here, but it's a different way they handle the black people that's here that's been discriminated against. Well, you got to understand what discrimination means. That means if you go fill out for a job, they saying no. Well, I don't want you to work here.
I just found out a couple weeks ago, actually, that I guess some years ago they passed a law here in Miami that if you didn't speak Spanish or English, you couldn't work.
Man, I could believe the way it's going on down here. I could believe that. I thought I was coming to a place that was equal, but I see that it's more segregation down here than it is in some of the parts of the South.
Well, you got to think this is not Jim Crow South, but this is because the vast majority of people here in South Florida, is Cuban or Hispanic. So this is your I guess you would call Castro South.
even though a lot of the people in this, even though I want to say this, even though
I hate to, you know what? Let me retract that.
yeah, but even though I've got a lot of love in Miami, it's a lot of Latin people that mess with me, a lot of Latin women that shop with me. So I don't want to get that twisted. I'm just saying, like, I'm surprised to see how Cuban people don't mess with other races. People from Venezuela, they ain't really messing with it. It's segregation to a certain extent. But Latin people mess with Latin people, but the black people,
well, we all over the place.
Man, Lord,
you know, everybody, every, you know, there's no, you have the African side of you got the Haitian community, you got the Latino community, you got the Jewish community.
Yep.
You got, of course, you got the white folks community. You know what I'm saying? The hood is the black folks, but it's all mixed up. It's just a big melting pot.
Yeah.
Folks. But we are the only people that do not have a community.
Ain't no community for the African American
here in South Florida
that I know of, and I'm just now touching down. But we're gonna wrap this thing up. But we're gonna say some more powerful things to wrap this thing up. And I'll jump it off, you know, tonight, and I'll let you cap it off. You know, this is a state of emergency broadcast. I need all brothers and sisters, African Americans, to really step up their game. Step up your game. You know, dress the part, because that starts there. If we're gonna get any respect, it's gonna be how we dress. Start working out. Mr. Flowers, I see you done lost a tremendous amount of, you know what I'm saying? You must be in the gym. You living by what you say. So I want to give you those props. And I'm running. I'm trying to do what I do. We got to get our weight down, because we gonna last. Because like Kanye said, the plan is to make it seem like it's okay to be overweight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the plan. You know what I mean? The plan is to make it seem like it's okay. So when they push, I see Google ads with Big Brothers on it, and you know what I'm saying? They pushing that. I see Lizzo. I see all these things. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing these stuff on billboards where it's heavyweight people, and they like, no, this is cool. But you don't see that with the other cultures. You're not seeing that. They're not pushing those type of agendas on them, because you don't see no overweight Latins on no billboards. You definitely not seeing no overweight white people on nothing. And that's just it's just an observation, y'all.
Well, I mean, you're right, but I also have to say this. Unfortunately, out of the, you know, we eat the most fast food.
Yeah.
We still live in a time where we still eat the garbage that, you know what I'm saying, the scraps that, you know what I'm saying, and yeah, you can call it soul food, you can call it whatever the case is, but it's still the scraps.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Scraps, yeah. So, you know, my thing is this, and I'm from the South, the dirty South.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so I ate the chitlins, and I ate all this. Matter of fact, I was the guy sitting around the dinner table. My brother them used to put they food on my plate because they know I was gonna eat it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, they was like, oh, this is nasty. I ain't eating the crap.
Gotcha.
So I'm gonna say this. We just gotta do better as a whole, as a community, as a culture.
Yeah.
And yes, health is important. I think most of us, well, a lot of us, I ain't gonna say most of us, but a lot of us are starting to get the health intact.
Yeah.
I think we are starting to get the knowledge intact, but I think the biggest thing is how are we going to execute what we learn.
Right.
And I think that's where we all need to get together. And I'll be the first to say we need to, you know, and what's the guy?
Mr. Stan.
Mr. Stan. We need to get to a point where we are not looking at our brother or our sister and pointing fingers. We need to get to a point to where we look at our brother and our sister and we say, you know what? Come on, I got you. You know what I'm saying? And so once we get to that point, because I'm from the dirty South, like I was raised in the dirty South, but I was born in the Midwest.
Okay.
I'm a Tulsa baby.
Okay.
I was born in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And so, we need to get back to the Tulsa days, to where we have our own communities, we have our own, we have that whole e-commerce with each other.
Okay.
We need to get back to that, and this digital age, this information age, we can get there. We just and you got a lot of smart brothers and sisters out there.
Yeah.
Coding, it's a lot of stuff going on right now.
Right.
We need to all get together and formulate a plan and just and go from there. Because again, I said it early in the show, and I'm gonna end with it tonight. The first should be last, and the last should be first.
Okay, that's why you capping it off. Okay, all right, brother. Flowers. And all I'm gonna say that to finish it off along with you is we have to listen to what the brother Kanye West is saying. That don't mean we have to agree, but here's some of them things, because what he's doing is, and he may not know what he's doing, he may not, but I think he kind of know what he's doing because he's an artist. He really putting some things out there that we really need to think about. And a lot of people is not brave enough to really say those things, and not really, money, drive people into silence, and they'll be quiet because somebody done gave them some money. You know what I'm saying? You don't talk about that. Here goes some money, and you got a lot of entertainment people out there that's like, well, I ain't finna mess my $50 million contract up, because you know what I'm saying, but what he's saying real, but I ain't gonna say it, you know what I'm saying. And I can I can understand where you coming from with that, but guess what, if we continue to be controlled, we're never gonna be in control, and I'm gonna drop the mic on that one. This is the Status Podcast. We so happy to have y'all tune in, and I just want to say this: if you see this now or if you see this later, share it. Share what we talking about, because that's the only way we're gonna get some conscious talk out there. If you scared to share it because you like sharing dancing videos or people that's walking on crates, shame on you. Share something that's worth sharing. You know what I mean? Tap in. We need to raise some money around here so we can pay for some guests. These guests cost money. Real guests, they cost money. So if y'all want to see us have some real guests, support the show. Come on down, support the store. We ain't gonna beg y'all, but that's the only way we're gonna get our culture up. Because if I see you in the Louis Vuitton line, or if I see you out there with some of these jewelers, Donnie Dang them, and you buying jewelry, man, I don't respect that. I don't respect that. Period. And that's all I'm gonna say. I said it already. Like Birdman said. Hey, good night. This has been the Status Podcast. We're going to be back at y'all next week, God willing. And y'all make sure y'all tune in. We trying our best to bring y'all some real. We ain't trying to be the most entertaining. We just trying to bring y'all some real talk, man, that other people ain't saying.
Go ahead and say some news you can use.
Some news you can use. Some, hopefully, that don't blow your fuse. We out, y'all. Good night. Or good morning, or wherever, however you see the show. We out.